What a grim way to start Rwby Season 3, Episode 1. We start off the first episode of Season 3 with Rwby coming to her mother's grave and talking to her mother. If that doesn't set up the tone and atmosphere of this season, I don't know what does. Like, that really just lets us know that we might have a darker season here. Because, think about this. With the way the beginning opening sequence was done with this episode, and then we switch over to the tournament going on with the characters fighting, it's a massive tone difference. Like, you could see the tone shift right there with the, like, happy-go-lucky life with everybody being happy to the starter part with Rwby, and it seems like some shit has happened. So, this right here, I feel like this was, like, letting us know that something really bad is going to happen this season, because there was some dialogue in this episode, after that opening scene, of course, where we found out that our casting characters, Yang, Blake, Weiss, and Rwby, they're too happy. They're always smiling, and that was mentioned in this episode. And for that to be done, it makes me feel like that might be the writers of Rooster Teeth that wrote Rwby, probably thinking like, maybe we'll use this to foreshadow maybe some darker things in the future. So, I don't know where they're gonna lead that, but that's what I got from this episode, which I'm all for it. I mean, hey, if you're gonna take it down that route, if Rooster Teeth wants to take down Rwby down that route, I'm all for it. But I'm still curious, where, or how did Rwby get to that point at the beginning of this episode? I wonder what led up to that. Well, anyways, I am back to bring all of you weekly reviews of Rwby. As you know, I reviewed Season 2, and I know many Chibits are going to be asking me in the comments. I can already see it. They're going to be asking me like, whoa, what in the world is this? Like, Chibi, this, like, why are you reviewing this? I know it's completely different from what I normally review, but I love Rooster Teeth, I love Red vs. Blue, and I love Rwby, and since I am, since this is an anime and manga related channel, Rwby does kind of fit in that type of category, so I'm going to be reviewing the episodes of Rwby and discussing it at the very least, because I'm really interested to see where the story will go. Now, one thing I want to take note of when it comes to the production value of this first episode, a huge improvement, especially with the first part of this episode. Like, if you look at the first scene of this episode, where Rwby talks to her mother, that scene looks so much better than Season 2 and 1. Like, in terms of the CGI and animation, and the music, too. And it also seems like, with the recent seasons of Red vs. Blue, Rooster Teeth has probably learned how to use really good tone shifts, especially when it comes to, like, dramatic moments. And seeing that kind of being implemented in Rwby right now, I'm enjoying that. So good job, Rooster Teeth, on that point. But besides the CGI, though, we open up into a tournament arc. We're having it to where our cast of characters are fighting right now. They're in a tournament, and it reminds me a lot of a shonen arc. You know how usually in shonen arcs you have it to where there's like a battle or arena or something? Like what happened to Boku no Hero Academia just very recently. That's kind of what this reminded me of right here. Just seeing, this open up with the tournament, Yang and them fighting. It's really cool, and I like to see this type of dynamic in Rwby, and it really just gets the blood pumping, especially for the first episode, because, I mean, hey, this is the first episode of Season 3, it's been a while since we have seen Season 2, and starting off with a really damn good fight after, that emotional beginning, it's pretty good, and especially with the way they handled it, too, and I think the CGI in some of the scenes look pretty damn nice. Besides that, though, it's everything we know and love from Season 3, or Rwby in general, and I cannot wait to see where they're going to go with it this season, because there's a lot of build-up, a lot of potential, as we know what left off with the events of Season 2. I wonder where they're going to take the story now, because there's so much building up. We know there's a couple enemies inside there right now, and only time will tell where Rooster Teeth wants to take the story. But yeah, good episode. If you've yet to watch it, go give it a shot. It was pretty fun, and it's everything we know and love. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.